What's up, y'all? We're back here reading the Bible, Book of Genesis. So, in the series we're continuing is we're gonna read the whole book of, or the whole Bible, starting from the Old Testament, in Genesis to the New Testament in Revelations. So, yeah, last video we left off on Genesis 2. Um, Recap, basically what they were talking about was the beginning of the earth and God creating um you know creatures, land. He said let there be light, all that kind of stuff. Now Genesis 2, it's gonna talk in more with Adam and Eve, or the first humans. But yeah, we're gonna start reading the book of Genesis. No, we've already been reading the book of Genesis, my bad. We're gonna be reading chapter 2 of Genesis. All right. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day God had finished the work he had been doing, so on the seventh day he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. Adam and Eve. This is the account of heavens and the earth, when they were created, when the Lord God made the earth and the heavens. Now no shrub had yet appeared on the earth, and no plant had yet sprung up, for the Lord God has not sent rain on the earth, and there was no one to work the ground. But streams came up from the earth and watered the whole surface on the ground. Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. Now the Lord God had planted a garden in the east in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. Um, the Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground. Wait, hold on. The Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye, good for the food. In the middle of the garden were the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of God, of good and evil. A river watering the garden flowed from Eden. From there it was separated into four headwaters. The name of the first is the Pishon. It it winds through the entire land of Havilah, where there is gold. The gold of that land is good. Aromatic resin and onyx are also there. The name of the second river is Gihon. It winds through the entire land of Cush. The name of the third river is Tigris. It runs along the east side of Ashur, and the river is the Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. And the Lord God commanded in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, for when you eat from it you will certainly die. The Lord God said, it is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him. Now the Lord God had formed out of the ground all the wild animals and all the birds in the sky. He brought them to the man to see what he would name them, and whatever the man called each living creature, that was its name. So the man gave names to all the livestock, the birds in the sky, and all the wild animals. But for Adam no suitable helper was found. So the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. And while he was sleeping, he took one of the man's ribs and closed up the place with flesh. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib he had taken out of the man and brought her to the man. The man said, this is now bone of my bones and flesh of my flesh. She shall be called a woman, for she was taken out of the man. That is why man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Adam and his wife were both naked, and they felt no shame. All right, this is chapter 3. Um, Basically, what they talked about in chapter 2 was obviously, um, Adam being created, and all the streams, all the rivers that flowed through the garden, and helped everything out. And then God, well, he knew that Adam needed some help, so he created another creature, but that wasn't obviously helping him that much. So he put Adam into a deep sleep, which he took a rib out of him and obviously created Eve. And yep, that's basically what chapter 2 was talking about. Um, Now it's chapter 3, the fall. Um, if you've read the Bible or heard the Bible, I'm guessing you know what the fall means. So, chapter 3. Now the serpent was more crafty than any of the wild animals in the Lord God had made. He said to the woman, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say, 'You must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die.'" "You will not certainly die," the serpent said to the woman, "for God knows that when you eat it from your eyes, or eat from it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband, who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were opened, and they realized they were naked. So they sewed fig leaves together and made coverings for themselves. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat?" The man said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." The Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." So the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed you above all livestock and all wild animals. You will crawl on your belly, and you will eat dust all days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman he said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor you will give birth to children you desire, will be for your husband, and will rule over you." To Adam he said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate the fruit from the tree about which I commanded you, you must not eat from it. Cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil you will eat food from it. All the days of your life it will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field by the sweat of your brow. You will eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it you were taken. Your dust you are, and dust you will return." Adam named his wife Eve because she would become the mother of all the living. The Lord God made garments of skin for Adam and his wife and clothed them. And the Lord God said, "The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of the life and eat. He'll live forever." So the Lord God banished him from the garden of Eden, the work on the ground from which he had been taken. After he drove the man out, he placed on the east side of the garden Eden cherubim and the flaming sword flashing back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life. So got done with chapter 3. Basically, what happened here was they ate the fruit that God commanded them not to eat. So, God obviously got mad. They found out the good and the evil, and, they found out they were naked. Um, so God punished them by Eve having, well, one example for Eve is that, she's going to have really bad birth of like birthing children. It'll be really severe. And for Adam, well, if he tries to eat any fruit from the trees, it'll be thorny, so it'll hurt to eat food and he'll have to eat dust, basically. And then Eden got her name from Adam because she was gonna be basically the beginning of life on the planet, or human life, developing on the planet. Um, but yeah, that's basically it for the whole thingy. Um, Next will be chapter 4, which talks about Cain and Abel. Um, but yeah, that's it. Hope you guys have a good day, and may God be with you.